So I don't know anything about you. What did you do today?
Oh. Ever seen High Lie? Miami last night. Well, I got on the plane and flew out here this morning. High Lie was last night. It's amazing what these people can do. Try swimming 90 miles and then finding an occupation. It's a Cuban sport. They are remarkable. And what they do, that ball can kill you if it lands on you. And what I really enjoy about that sport, women who like High Lie also love hockey. There's something about hockey women. And it keeps me young. It's an energy. I don't care if she's a fundraiser at my daughter's Catholic high school. That woman can turn into an animal in the third period with a goal about to be scored. And if you've ever seen that ball move on a highlight court as fast as it does, it brings you to other things. By the way, do you like hockey?
Not at all.
Oh, it's disappointing.
Maybe in like a nostalgic way because my dad liked it so much.
Yeah. That's how many young women get started. It's always the dad thing. It's the dad's interest, his experience. There's something about the hockey fight, for example. I flew in and out of Minneapolis for a number of sessions for business purposes. She had to be, she had to be 40. You know, the first thing you do when you're looking at a woman's age is you look at her wrists. You never look up at her eyes. The eyes are invasive, and they're going to tell you and tell her that we're playing this game. I don't like that. I like a more benign engagement. And there's something about a Midwestern Scandinavian woman's wrists set against a rock glass full of Beefeater's gin that just gets my attention. It lasts. Leads to a conversation about hockey and the sweating and the size and the speed. It's pulsatile, and the puck and the stick and the stick and the puck. She's 19 again on Martha's Vineyard. She's not married and she's not at the fundraiser, you see. She wants me to be 19 again. That's how you keep it young. It's not about money. It's not about apologizing or going through that whole explanation of where we were in the lives. It's about touching that wrist, getting this story about hockey out or High Lie. And I'm very sorry that you in particular don't like hockey. But perhaps there are other sports or endeavors or other reflections on your father that we can explore. The meeting always goes well when we start with the familiar. Yes, I am married. Now go ahead. You have a question. I'm sure.
Yeah, I want to know about your relationships.
Well, this is all so strictly confidential. I mean, I wouldn't say this to 7 cameras unless I thought there was high production value. Yes, how do I put it? I travel. I engage people, and I honestly love women. When I was 16, I was on the high school wrestling team. Now, no one cares about the wrestling team. They all love the basketball team. But these girls, and they weren't on the cheerleading team. The girls I liked, particularly those beautiful Jewish girls with the high wool turtlenecks in Connecticut winters, God, were they fun. They wanted to know what I found fun or intriguing about wrestling. And that's how you start a conversation. Women are more interested and much more comfortable getting past the ostensible value of the thing you want and getting to the, pardon the use of the term, seminal delivery of what you desire out of the activity. activity. I didn't even really like high school wrestling, but I was fairly good at it. Janine Katzman was her name. She got me started. She told me, I don't care if you're dating Marianne Ellis, the captain of the cheerleading team. I want you. She introduced me to a world where wants and needs can be met, where you can have what you want if you could just get past that Judeo-Christian stigma of singular, solitary, proprietary, relational contract around boyfriend, girlfriend. It's a value whose exploration I've carried through life. And so you can call them trysts. You can call them that beautiful, elegant wrist bone of the Midwestern Swedish girl at the hotel. Please don't forget the big, heavy rock glass with the gin. She's there for a reason. It's not the gin. I have a glass too, and that's not why I'm there. Never lose imagination. But tell me about your imagination. If I could ask one fantasy question of a beautiful woman who chose to interview me for, I don't know, your motives, but mine aren't always transparent either. Tell me the one fantastic thing you'd like me to talk about if I were trying to say, engage you on a level that we haven't reached yet.
Well, I feel like I'm already manifesting my desires just by doing this. You know, this is the ultimate kind of imagination. And it's amazing, so I can't take my eyes off the screen.
So so it's clear, what you find a bit fantastic about this is the camera work, the visit, the visual, the voyeur, n'est-ce pas? Voyeurisme. Parlez-vous français un petit peu?
Not really.
Non. J'ai été le plus français au lycée et à l'université, mais I can't read a word of it.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But I'd like to think of you, and I think you have a skier's legs. If we were on a ski slope and you were bunnied up on the elevator, I was in, it must have been Chamonix in 1988, and there she was, resentful of Americans, but many Europeans just don't like us, for good reasons, many good reasons. But she had her camera, and we entered the elevator. Bonjour, ça va? Bien, et vous? Bien aussi. Well, of course, after an utterance like that, she knows that you're an American, and it's schooled Parisian French. And I noticed the camera, and like you, she had an interest in watching and seeing things. So we found an older gentleman to take our picture. And I told her I was a photographer. It was an ostensible reason to engage her around proximity, closeness, and composition. Do you know what a French girl smells like at the end of a day on her way up to the bar and off the slopes with burning cheeks and the promise of something hot and spicy with just a little alcohol in it and her eyes aglow? When you tell her the reason for the composition is to bring the cheeks closer together and that we need to get another picture because, well, there was a flash glare, there's lens glare, there's bad light, there was a reflection on the back of the glass of the transparent elevator coming up. We had posed 4 times under my direction for the purpose of her later voyeurisme. And I'm happy to report that she didn't need the camera to fulfill what she wanted to see much later on.
I'm sure. It's a means to an end, maybe.
Look,
although
it's a means to an end. It's a wonderful thing, but it's completely self-serving to say I have a gift. I shouldn't say it, but if I don't say it, I won't get the joke of my personal vanity out. It has to be put on the table. That's another thing you do. Women in particular love the self-disarming of men who don't start with their great achievements and travels and expression of wherewithal. They like the best of Shakespeare. What they want is the tragic flaw. This works timelessly.